Hey, Pam Wood.
Hello.
You are the author of the book Five Fat Sausages, and riffing off a conversation we have had before,
Yep.
defibrillators aside,
Yes.
your book is one of becoming. So tell me, what are you becoming now?
Oh, Eva, I got really, I got confused and focused on the word becoming last night because I don't know what I'm becoming. I know I'm becoming more of some things and less of other things. And I'm certainly becoming freer to feel like my own self rather than putting on masks to, to get approval from other people. I've done that for 60 something years, way too long. And so, so I think I'm becoming the me that has always been intended to be.
Right, so you're late diagnosed ADHD.
Well, sort of late,
Okay.
except I've been with a psychiatrist for over 23 years, and because my son was diagnosed at 15 with ADHD, he's now 36, so my psychiatrist, is very well read and said, Pammy, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And so we looked at all of my traits, and so we had an understanding that I had, ADHD traits, but back then they didn't even have any understanding of ADHD in women. And you'd say, I've got ADHD, and they'll go, well, you're not a man, you're not a boy, and boys grow out of it. And so, but the latest diagnosis was when I got I was in a particularly dark place earlier this year, and my psychologist could not work out why I was focused on self-loathing. So she gave me all of these different psychological tests, and it came back that, yes, I have ADHD. Not only that, on a percentile, I'm 99.98th percentile ADHD.
Well, that's decided.
It's
sure.
decided.
You showed me a little thing that you carry around. Do you want to explain that? You can show the camera.
My little ADHD-ness decorated it before I remembered that I had to laminate it because I love it so much. Because it says, it's 99.98th percentile ADHD, but I'm also 100% inattentiveness and 100% hyperactive, impulsive, both motor and verbal.
Wow.
So it really, really, Eva, it made me understand how...
It's validation.
I know. I love it so much. I love it so much because it means I understood that final piece in the puzzle of the complex universe of why people, why I always thought I had to get approval and never felt understood. Like, how could anybody understand somebody so extreme when it wasn't even invented yet?
Yeah.
So I carry it around every now and then and just go, oh, yeah, this is me.
It's validation. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How would you like to describe your story?
Oh, my book or my story?
Your story, your life story.
Oh my gosh, Eva, it's stories within stories within stories.
We'll try and make it a concise
All right.
story within a story.
I'm not good at concise. Okay, so I've had many, many roles. Started off as a phys ed teacher, outdoor ed, was a ski instructor, ropes course, blah, 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 blah. Then motherhood, 2 beautiful children, also got into study postgrad organisational change and development, and so got into consulting in teams and teams development, and then had a career of 30 years as an independent consultant for a I made my own company called Priority People, because I really believed if organisations put their people as their number one priority, then they're going to be successful. And so I had a very successful consulting. Then, probably 20 years ago, my kids were were going through school, had a husband that was very, successful, and I felt it was time to give back. And so I started different charities and just working for some favourite clients, and felt really privileged. And so developed a number of different charities that has occupied my time ever since.
Since then.
Yeah.
And I saw you on stage at Heidi Everett's Skitsy Inc. What was it called?
Rad Cactus.
Rad Cactus at the Fringe Festival.
Yes.
So you did a comedy, a stand-up comedy sketch.
Well, my life has been rehearsal for it, I think. I try and find humour in most things, especially dark humour when things are really tough, But that goes back to 2024, was, I thought, the year of the Pammy. I got my first tattoos.
Oh, look at you.
Went to my first music festival on my own, and was finishing my book, and also approached the famous Andy Snelling, and thought I wanted to see if I could perform. I'd never stepped on stage before. And so I stepped onto stage for the very first time in 2024 at the Melbourne Fringe Festival at the iconic La Mama Theatre. And it was a sold-out season, 5-star review in The Age. People told me it changed their lives.
Wow.
And imposter syndrome nearly took me. Yeah.
Yeah, so you and I have both performed at La Mama.
Yeah.
However, mine perhaps wasn't as high-ranking a show as yours. But tell me about imposter syndrome, and tell me about how that affected you.
Yeah. Imposter syndrome I've lived with my whole life. And
So you're a professional.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional imposter.
Absolutely. And actually the reason I started this book was one of my friends called Lynn Swearing Burke. That's why the book's called 5 Fat Sausages. Her favourite saying is, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Pammy," and she just believed in me so much, and she's going, "You're all of these wonderful things. You're all of this," and after one call, I got off the phone, and I thought, I'm really kind. I'm really kind. Oh, except ADHD with the hands, blah, blah. And that was the first time I'd ever felt anything positive about myself. I had a tough upbringing, and so I've always felt that I'm going to be caught out. Consulting, if I got a 7 out of 10, for example, I wouldn't send the bill in because I thought I'd failed them.
Wow.
It goes with the schema of perfectionism and self-loathing and all of those sort of things.
So writing the book must have been an exploration for you, an exploration into you and the greatness of you? No?
No.
All right.
I didn't quite come to the greatness of me. The reason I wrote the book, wonderful, wonderful book coach and publisher, she said, "Why do you want to write a book?" And I said, if one person doesn't feel alone, then that's going to be success for my book. And I just wanted my story to be written. I'm a recovering anaphylactic to compliments person. If somebody gave me a compliment, I wouldn't be able to cope with it. So I'm in recovery for that now, which is really good. And the imposter syndrome at the end of the Fringe Festival also coincided with the book being released. And I couldn't even publish it. I felt such a fraud that I couldn't tell anybody I'd written the book until September this year, when I started to come out of the darkness. Yeah.
Well, I'm still making my way through the book. It's a fantastic book. Thank you for writing it, because it offers a view that is not usually seen. That is the view behind the imposter. That is behind that. That's the self-talk and that's the self-loathing that many of us go through, but we don't actually elucidate, and we don't actually articulate, and we don't actually tell people that's what's going on inside our heads. So thank you for writing this, and you. No, it's great. Right, and I'm asking this not just on my behalf, but also on other people's behalf. But please tell me about this interesting collection of words called the Joy Germ.
Yes, the Joy Germ started 2022. My name's Pam, and I wanted to create a pandemic of happiness and connection, because I thought, I can do one thing. With everything that's happening in the world, I was becoming overwhelmed with sadness for all of the people in the world, and I felt powerless, and it was adding to my really complex mental health. And I thought, I can do one thing. I can do one thing. So I started the Joy Germ and wanted to create something that could contagiously spread, for no other reason than we could. And and it's so fun. I only post positive things on the Joy Germ.
So this is an Instagram, or
yeah, Instagram.
It's an Instagram. So is it Joy? Is it Joy Germ? Just those two words.
I made it really complex, so it's _joy_germ.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So _joy_germ.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I just post things that I think other people might find inspiring or interesting, and I share my perspective, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it's fun. It's fun.
I have to say, I love the play on words, pandemic, because if there was one thing the pandemic did, is separate people.
Yes.
Separate people, isolate people, make people suspicious of one another. We lost community. And so the Joy Germ sounds like just the antidote.
Well, I'm trying, I really believe in connectedness. And during the Melbourne Fringe this year, as part of a friend's performance, I did random acts of connectedness, walking tours for free in the city, where people came along and we just looked at people around and saw how disconnected they were right outside the State Library. And then we, the first challenge by choice was to go up to somebody, not go up to them, just try and get eye contact. Just get eye contact in the street. And then we'd have a little chat after about 10 minutes, and people saying it's really hard to get eye contact. And so
everyone's stuck on their phones.
And then so the next exercise was to see if you get eye contact and say hello, or nod, or give a little wave. And so that went really well. We talked about that after about 10 minutes. And then we just, the next challenge, you could accept or not. You could leave any time. It was a free tour. The next one was to authentically look at somehow connecting with one other person. And it might be, in a compliment, oh my gosh, that necklace is gorgeous. Or it might be, oh, excuse me, have you eaten at this place? Is it good? Just to make some sort of connection with people.
Yeah.
And the feedback was amazing. amazing.
See, I live my life that way. I'm always connecting with as many people as I can. I love giving compliments because giving compliments actually gives back to you as well at the same time as giving to the other person.
I know.
It's the best sort of contagion, really.
Well, especially aging. You
Yeah.
know, like with aging, you know, you seem to disappear.
Especially if you're a woman.
Especially if you're a woman. So I'm actually, you know, looking at all of these beautiful young things and just going, yes, that works, and just making connections with people, because I sort of refuse not to be noticed, in a good way, you know, because I want to bring a connection that other people may not have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So important to reach your hand out and to recognise everybody's capacity and to recognise all our shared humanity. And we're all on this journey together, so may as well enjoy it.
Yes, and just like when I was in my worst times in COVID, like, you know, COVID, everyone boo COVID, boo lockdowns, but I would just go to the supermarket just to nod and say hello to people, because it got me out of myself.
Yeah, out of your isolation.
And there's been plenty of times where I've been housebound and, you know, panic attacks, and so I'll deliberately go to the supermarket to see if there's somebody I can help. Look around to see if there's somebody who's reaching up for something, or you know, smile at a baby, or you know, if a mum's having trouble with a kid, just saying to them, it's just like my daughter, you know, or just like my son, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because it got me out of me. It got me into others, like me as others rather than me as an individual.
And it helped them as well because we were all so isolated during that time.
Yeah, and we're still so isolated.
We still are, yes. It seems to have infiltrated our consciousness and our behaviour and our society to an extent that I think many people don't actually realise anymore.
Yeah, a friend of mine was talking about radical connectedness as an opportunity to, you know, to deal with oppression.
Oppression.
Oppression. Yeah, that, you know, just by connecting, you can start to change people's perceptions. You never know what's going to happen if you smile at somebody, or if you say, "Oh, which sushi roll are you going to get? That looks good." And there's some people, you know, don't take it kindly, and been quite aggressive. But I just go, you must be having a really bad day.
Boo to you.
Inside my head, I just go, I'm sorry for you, you know, sorry that it's tough.
Before, you're a psychiatrist?
Yes, I've been very privileged to be able to afford a psychiatrist. I have a trauma psychologist, and also because of one or two admissions into the Melbourne Clinic, there's a chapter in here that calls it the Melbourne Clinic Day Spa.
It's a nice way of looking at it.
They didn't actually said we don't have spas, so it wasn't really go down well.
No hair styling or anything.
No. But I do have outreach worker, which alternates with my psychologist still. So, you know, it takes a team to run this, Pammy.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's what we've done. We've actually, my psychologist and I have put together a trauma-informed free resource that I'll send you to please put out to anyone.
Yeah.
All about your polyvagal nervous system and how self-regulation can be your friend.
This is great.
And so this is me giving back, and this is us next year running workshops to put together all the information that people don't get access to, in terms of, you know, different breathing techniques, and your breath is, you know, one of your best friends. So I've been very privileged to be involved with these people and to have their support, and also so compassionate to the people who don't.
Thank you for that. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Can I have a response from Pam? Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for being on the show, Pam.
Oh, it's so exciting, Eva. It's so exciting. I just want to keep hugging you.